guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a very fun video for you today. It is just under a week until Halloween, and I thought it would be really fun to do a top 10 scary movies video. So I know I talk about this all the time, but I love scary movies. To celebrate, I'm wearing my Bates Motel shirt. So we are getting festive up in here. I want to give my top 10 favorite scary movies, and then I would love to hear your guys' recommendation. I find a ton on Netflix, but honestly, Netflix has not been my favorite place to find them recently. It's either the same ones that they've had for forever, or it's really obscure ones and not usually the ones I'm looking for. So it hasn't been as good as in the past right now, but I'm hoping they will continue adding some more until Halloween, and there'll be some really good ones, because some of my favorites that have been on there for a long time in the past are no longer on there. So we'll see what they come up with. First, I thought we could go through some of my favorite classics. My top 3 favorite scary movies are the older ones. They are the classics, they're the ones you always think of, and they're the ones that I love to see over and over again, and I hate seeing them try to attempt a remake at. So number 1 is Psycho. Obviously, I am a huge fan of Psycho. I love Alfred Hitchcock, I love all of his old classics, and Psycho is probably my favorite one. And the remake wasn't horrible, but it definitely does not top the original. My second is Halloween. I love Halloween. I love Jamie Lee Curtis, and I love that theme. I love the theme music for that so much. It is just so fun, and I love it. So Halloween is probably my favorite, and they are getting ready to release another one, which is really interesting because it's been for forever. And some of the ones they've done since the original, they've been a 50-50 shot with how they are, whether they're good or not, but it has Jamie Lee Curtis in it again, and so I'm really excited to see what they come up with this long after, and I'm really excited to see her. So I'll definitely watch it. I really hope it's good, and I'm looking forward to it. And of course, I am excited to watch the original this Halloween. My third classic scary movie is House on Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill has Vincent Price in it, and it is just such a good one. I love the old classic movie effects. I love how they shot things, and there's just something about Vincent Price that is so creepy. He is amazing. So I just loved the House on Haunted Hill. It's such a good movie. The remake actually was not super bad, but still way cornier and still not up to par as far as the classic goes, which I feel like is always going to be the case. So now a few more current ones that I really love. First one is a series, the Scream series. I love the Scream movies so much. Obviously, there are ones in the series that I love more than others. The first one and the third one are probably my favorites. The second one is good. It's just not as enthralling for me. Something about it just doesn't top the first one, definitely. I loved the first one. I think the first one's probably my absolute favorite, and then the third one would be the next one. I know the third one isn't a popular one for most people that like that series, but I actually liked the little quirks with the characters. So I enjoyed both of those very much, and just the whole series is such a good one. I love the Scream movies, and so for me that has definitely got to make the list. Number 5, I'm going to say Rose Red. It is actually technically a mini-series, but it's based off of a Stephen King novel, and it is so good. I love Stephen King, and I especially love Rose Red, and it's just so good. If you love a good haunted house story, it's amazing, and it actually is inspired by, not an exact replica of, but it is inspired by the story of the Winchester Mystery House. So it has a little bit of that taste to it where the house is alive and she can't stop building it or she'll die, and then the house kind of grows on its own. It's super good, and the characters in it are amazing. It is really long because it was a mini-series originally, and so each half is like 2.5 hours, and so there's 2 parts to it, so it's like 4.5 hours total, but it's so good, and I just love the actors they chose, and I love the characters in the story. So definitely check out Rose Red if you've never watched it. Number 6, I'm going to say another Stephen King one. This is kind of a classic, but I felt like it deserved its own spot, and that is the movie The Shining. The Shining is an insane movie to me. I think they've tried to remake it, but I cannot get over the original Jack Nicholson, Shelley Long version. It is so good, and it's another classic Stephen King that is just crazy. So it is such a classic. It's so iconic, just like a lot of the others that I talked about as far as the classics go. It's kind of got a little taste of eerie, haunted house mixed with guy gone crazy. It's really good. So check out The Shining. Check out the original if you have not seen it, and I hope you enjoyed that because it's one of my favorites. Number 7 actually has Johnny Depp in it, and that is Secret Window. It is another Stephen King novella, which is a little shorter of a book that was turned into a movie. It has Johnny Depp, Maria Bello, John Turturro, and a ton of other really good people. It is a really interesting movie. It has some really good twists and turns and ways that they tell the story in the movie, so it's super fun. I love it. It's got some pretty good one-liners, and it's, yeah, definitely one of my favorite scary movies. So check Secret Window out if you're a Stephen King fan and a Johnny Depp fan. It's really good. Number 8, I'm going to say is Gothika. This came out years ago, as most of the ones I've listed so far have. That is a much darker psychological thriller with Halle Berry. If you don't know the premise of the movie, she's a psychologist that works in a prison, and she ends up waking up and being accused of her husband's murder. So it's super interesting, and there's some good action, there's some good creepy parts, there's some good jump scares. It's really good. So if you like Halle Berry and you like psychological thrillers, check out Gothika. Number 9 is Prom Night. Now, I have not seen the original. I know, I broke my own rule. I have not seen the original Prom Night that has Jamie Lee Curtis in it, but this one has Brittany Snow in it and is just a super interesting story and a really good thriller. I know there was the original. I don't know the original enough to know if it's a true remake or if they kind of reinvent the story and it's a pretty different plot. I'm not sure. If you've seen the original Prom Night and you like it, let me know below. Definitely want to check it out because I love Jamie Lee Curtis. So Prom Night with Brittany Snow is a good one. And last but not least, for all of you Harry Potter fans out there, I thought I would do a Daniel Radcliffe one, and that is The Woman in Black. There have been a couple from him recently since Harry Potter that I would say could be deemed a scary movie, but The Woman in Black is a really good one for a darker and creepier, just eerie, make you look over your shoulder kind of movie, and it has some pretty good jump scares in it too. So if you like Daniel Radcliffe and you like scary movies, check out The Woman in Black. So those are my suggestions. Those are the ones I really love. If you have any others that I didn't mention that you like, leave them in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any other Halloween videos you would like me to do, leave those ideas in the comments below as well. And let me know what you think if you watch one of these for the first time. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody. Subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and make sure notifications are on, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!